What's going on, everybody? You all right?
I've been wanting to do that for many episodes.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, it
Scare
is.
you at the beginning.
Fucking get you back then. It is, motherfucker. All right, it's the Gas Holes podcast. Episode. What episode is it? Is it 17? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
I'm starting to lose
I was
track.
thinking 14 to be honest, but yeah.
I know we got to 15. I think. I don't know. We're somewhere around in there. It's the Gas Holes podcast episode. Who the fuck knows? For September 9th, Wednesday. How y'all doing? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. I just wanted to get right into it, man. Today they announced, obviously, Auto Club, they're going to change it into a short track. And that's about the most fucking 2020 thing I've ever heard, like in NASCAR terms. I was scrolling through Twitter, and Ray's Jeff Gluck tweeted, because I think he was the first one. And it was like, I came right up on it. I was like, I had to check and make sure it was verified and everything. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even I still don't even really know what to think about it, to be 100% honest. What do you think?
Well, see, I was in class, and I never look at my phone during class, but I decided I'm gonna open up Twitter during class, and that was the first thing I saw. And I did like you. I saw the check mark, but I'm like, you never know. People figure out ways to fake any sort of symbol nowadays. Yeah. So I was looking really close at the Jeff Gluck and making sure everything was right. And I'm happy it's another short track. Fontana's cool and all, but I would gladly get rid of it for another short track. Plus, they were probably gonna have to repave it soon anyway. So I'm happy with it. I think it's going to be really cool. Apparently, it's going to have like the Martinsville style straightaways with Martinsville style kiss your own ass corners, but with banking. So that'll be pretty cool. I kind of want like more short flat tracks, but still, I mean, a short track's a short track in my opinion. I think this is going to be really fucking cool, and it's going to be in a cool spot too, like a short track right outside LA. I think that's gonna be cool. And it looks like. I think the place is going to look really cool because the garage is outside the track. Victory Lane's outside the track. So I'm sure they'll have like cool ways like you can pull in and out. And I'm sure there's like cool tunnels and shit. I don't know. I feel like fan access and everything. We might have to plan a trip out west for this one because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd love to go to California. That'd be so much fun, and to be out there for that. The first, I'm kind of down if you are. I mean, that's a couple years in the future where they said it's going to be ready for like the 2022 or 3 season, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 2022.
All right, well, that's not too terribly far away, but I mean, dude, it's everybody was saying, yeah, they did it to the wrong track, and I kind of agree to it to a point, but I was thinking like. Looking at what we've got now for let's be honest, Auto Club sucks with the current package, as do most big tracks, it seems, with a lot of speed. Auto Club itself is a great track. I think it's very unique because it's very, you can hustle that top groove if you got the horsepower and you don't got that giant ass spoiler on there. But the Xfinity cars always usually puts on a pretty solid, it's not a crazy race, but it's like usually you get some really good racing out of it for the most part. So it's like, that kind of stinks. It's an old surface. It's a big track, and it's I was even thinking. I saw somebody say schedule some IndyCar races before this track goes away. It's so weird, man. They're just gonna turn it into a short track. It's like that's just weird as shit to me. I'm excited for it though. I've been saying this along with many others that we need more short tracks. I don't know if they really needed to. Transform Auto Club into one, but I'll take it.
I'm down. Well, did we talk about it on the podcast? I was talking with somebody. I don't remember if it was on here or not, but Atlanta, like how we know, like it's not going to make it. It's probably within the next 5 to 10 years. Oh yeah,
that was a handful of episodes.
It's getting repaved.
Yeah, back.
And me personally, I'd rather see them just not try to recreate what they've got because it's never going to fucking happen. You know what I mean? So like, I like it. I see a lot of people who don't understand how the business side of things work, trying to say, well, they should do it to Texas and all these other tracks.
Yeah.
But NASCAR owns this track. They know they got to repave it. Texas 1 is not owned by NASCAR. It's freshly repaved and reconfigured, and they're probably still trying to pay that whole project off, and they probably never will. So I think it's perfect time, and I think that this is the direction a lot of tracks are going to go. I think that they're going to let their surfaces wear out till they're pretty much falling apart, and then they're going to reconfigure the whole fucking track, except like Daytona and Talladega, obviously. But
It's
the rest
the
of these
new
places,
wave.
I think they're going to do that. I hope they do. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
me
it
too.
a lot because people are like, we're past the days of building new racetracks. I feel like yeah, sure, some short tracks here and there will pop up, but like as far as tracks that already have like the business things, all their ducks in a row there, they've got the insurance policies, they're in decent markets for the most part. Why not just turn them into the tracks that everybody's wanting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you don't have any problems. So it's
Here's
kind of like we should take Bikini Bottom and move it somewhere else thing. But like really, that's what they're doing, and I love it. I really like it.
Here's the next idea. Who owns Pocono Speedway? Does anybody know? Do you know? Because I don't know.
Isn't it like a family owned? Isn't it one of the last privately owned ones? Or not privately owned, but
it
like
might be.
independently?
I don't know off the top of my head, but listen up.
It's a family, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think you're right. All right, listen up, family. Whoever owns Pocono Speedway, here's what you do. You're going to take your front straightaway. You're going to bulldoze the rest of it and just make another one. You're going to have long-ass Pocono straightaways and just have some U-turns at the end. Just connect them. Boom. New track. Kind of like a short track, but stupid long straightaways. Yeah, fuck it, you know? I don't know.
Or they could try different shapes even. Like make a diamond. Like
they could, dude.
a hexagon, 5 turns instead of 3, you know, because they can't do 4, so 5 turns. Call it like the hectic hexagon or something.
Oh,
instead
there
of
you
tricky
go.
triangle.
You got to get on that trademark before
Yeah.
somebody else does. They have such a huge lot for that track, like such a huge area. They could do whatever the fuck they want, man. They could turn that into 28 corner, anything they wanted.
Ooh, man. Oh, see, that's another thing these tracks can do. They could make like the fan experience so much better. Like I know Atlanta, the rumor is there's going to be like casinos and like a resort down there.
Yeah.
Make Atlanta a short track, have all that room for fucking carnival rides and shit. I'm all for it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I think the days of big tracks are gone. They're going away. Like, yeah, speed's cool, but I want to see some fucking short tracks. Keep some of those big tracks, but I'm fine getting rid of some of these big tracks.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to me is that we just need a little bit more variety, and I think right now we just need a couple more short tracks, different short tracks, because like Richmond like doesn't even really count anymore, so that literally leaves us with just 2, and that's Bristol and Martinsville, in my opinion. Richmond's kind of close, but it's not what it used to be. So yeah, I think that's the new wave, dude. I think dude. It's basically, I think we're gonna try to go back to what NASCAR kind of started with a bunch of short tracks, and then NASCAR is gonna get big and popular again, and then they're gonna start building big tracks again.
Yeah,
we'll just keep on repeating history. Anyways, I guess I'll. Oh, dude, I saw you said something about Tenet. I was gone this weekend. I was in Indy again, which is really weird because I was just out there. I basically took a week off and then I went back out there. I had to drive out for the Little 500 because it's just the coolest fucking race ever, basically, in my opinion. It is just a race in itself. It is just unbelievable. You got to see it for yourselves if you guys have never seen it. Yeah, I got there. I was so afraid because Brody got a movie time. Like 9:15, and I left really late, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it in time. But I did get there in time. I wanted, when I really started thinking about doing a podcast, I kind of wanted to do it because I wasn't sure if it was just going to be a me thing or try to bring somebody else in and do it with me or what. But I kind of flirted around with the idea of a movie club. Everybody watches a movie, and during the week, and then we come back and talk about it. And we can do it with new movies too. Let me know if you guys are interested. We can make it happen. But I do want to talk about Tenet. I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But here's the thing. Christopher Nolan knocked it out of the fucking park, in my opinion. I didn't know it was going to be as brain fucky as it was. And honestly, it ended up probably being the biggest brain fuck movie I think I've ever watched. It's one of those movies, you watch the first half of it, and it's like question after question after question, and you don't really know what you're watching, but you're getting an idea because it's starting to explain it to you. The whole back half of the movie is answer after answer after answer, and you'll understand once you watch it. Those of you, hopefully, some of you have seen it. I I just don't want to. I don't want to talk about the movie because anything I talk about will fucking ruin it for you. And even telling you it's a brain fuck movie kind of ruins it because I didn't even know it was really going to be a brain fuck movie. I just knew it was going to be a Christopher Nolan movie that nobody really knew anything about, and yeah, I didn't really know anything about it at all. I just went in there and it was, dude, oh man, it was so cool. It had its issues. There's a lot of times I actually was reading about this. One of the biggest things I hate that movies do is that their audio levels, even like it's funny because people get on me about my audio levels with my videos, but it's like you go and watch some of the movies, it's like they're kind of fucked up too. You can't, like, the dialogue is too quiet over top of other just noises that's going on during the movie, and that's exactly what Tenet is like. It's I was having a hard time. I've really got used to watching things with subtitles. Like, that's something I started doing the last like year or two. I watch everything with subtitles now just because it's a little bit easier to follow along. Obviously there's no subtitles in the theater, so it's like you're, and especially one of this kind of movie, the dialogue is important because they have to explain the movie to you. And there's a lot of scenes where it's like, you know, the audio levels are kind of fucky and you can't really hear what they're saying, and it's kind of hard. What I was reading is that Christopher Nolan does that intentionally because it's you know, there's certain scenes where there's a lot of things that go on, and as it would be, you know, it'd be hard to hear him or whatever they're saying, like, you know, you're there. The problem with it though is that since it's his movie, he knows what they're gonna say, so it's not as hard for people who go in to watch the movie and, you know, you don't know the lines and you just can't fucking hear sometimes. That's my biggest problem with it, because I'm definitely gonna have to watch it a second time. I got an idea of how everything worked, but there's still a lot of questions I have personally. But that's what I love about those kinds of movies. That's my all-time favorite kind of movie. It's a brain fuck movie where you watch it, you don't know what the fuck you're watching, and then you get to a couple of scenes. What separates this one from the rest of the pack is that this movie is that it gives you a shitload, like, it opens up with a scene that doesn't make any sense, which is like, that's how you fucking do it right there. You just throw them in with a whole bunch of shit, like this action scene happens and it's like something happens and it switches to another scene that doesn't make any sense, and you're like, all right, you're a good couple minutes in the movie, nothing makes any sense, we're somewhere completely different than where we just were. We're only two scenes in. It's like, all right, what the fuck are we doing here? And then it slowly starts it starts explaining the concept of what's going on. But the thing with it though is that single concept of what's going on in the movie has more to it as the story goes on. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but it's like you say, it's an onion. It's got a lot of layers, and it sure as fuck has a lot of layers because it's like it keeps on. Dude, I gotta watch this movie again. I don't even know how to explain it to y'all. I really don't. But it was just fucking awesome. Because that whole second half of the movie, I want to tell you all why it's so fucking cool, but I can't because that's you know, I can't ruin it. I can't ruin it for you. But just watch this fucking movie. Watch the first half, and then just get ready for the roller coaster second half, because like everything starts making sense, and all the way down to like the last like scene. It's like it's just more plot twist after twist after twist after twist. Personally, and there's some great stunt scenes. I think it was pretty public knowledge that there's this scene where they end up crashing this airplane into something, and it was an actual airplane that they actually crashed into something, which was really fucking cool, and it looked great on screen. And the cool thing about it is, actually, I'm not gonna say that, but all right, enough rambling about this movie. It's super fucking good. I think it's. You gotta get on. Make sure you take your vitamins before you go. You want all your brain power before you watch this movie. If you go, I don't blame you if you don't want to go with the whole COVID shit. It was not very fun, I'll tell you that. The movie experience was not as fun. We went to this AMC theater, and obviously I wanted a big fucking Coke and a big popcorn. That's like movie tradition. I made the mistake of getting popcorn. I didn't think anything of it, but it's like they just handed me a thing of unsalted and unbuttered popcorn. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? There's no like hand pump anymore with the butter. You can't butter your own popcorn. So they handed me this little bucket thing, and it had two little condiment style things filled with butter. These little cups, and it's like, well, thanks. I could only butter like the top part of my popcorn, and then the rest of it was just on. And then I had to salt my fucking popcorn by myself too. They gave me about 20 salt packets, so my popcorn experience was the top couple the top layer of popcorn was buttery and really fucking salty, and then you got through that layer, and the rest of it was just unsalted popcorn. So very disappointed there. Other than that, though, it's really not that bad. But it's there was not a whole lot. I was surprised. There was a good 5 other people there. It was a 9:00 movie. It was pretty late, and it was Friday night though. I was expecting the Friday night of the release, so I was expecting to see more people there. I guess. Actually, I guess it was the week after. But all right. Long story short, the movie's fucking great. I think it's a brain trip. Really, make sure you have all your brain capacity before you go see it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do watch it, please let me know. Hit me up on Twitter or whatever, or especially drop a comment or something. If you're watching on YouTube, tweet me, DM me. I don't give a shit. Let me know what you thought about the movie. I'm really interested to hear because I've been reading a lot of reviews and just trying to understand it myself. And it's I had a blast because not a whole lot of movies come around like that where it's a really good brain fuck movie. And that's just my kind of movie. So, and the good thing about it is, last thing I'll say about it, it's very original. Like, there's a lot of sci-fi movies out there where it's like kind of same concept, and I guess you could say it's like there's a similar concept. There's a part of the concept of the movie where it's like it's kind of been done before. I've seen it in other movies, but like the main concept of the movie is never. I don't think it's ever been done before, and it was very different. But the concept of the movie, the way it's set up, and you'll understand it once you start watching. It sets up for just an entirely different kind of movie, and it sets up for a lot of really cool scenes. All right, that's all I got to say about it. It's really fucking cool. Go see it. Tenet, Christopher Nolan movie, great. Darlington, what the fuck did you think about it? I actually, what? You all right?
I don't understand how you have breath. I mean, you were fucking going.
Movies excite me. I love movies. I really do.
It's nice. I mean,
and you know what? It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of movies don't come around like that very often, where it's like, that's one of those movies, like, you watch it for the first time, you can never get that first time back. You know what I mean? It's that kind of a movie. But right. it's still good after that. Oh, dude. They
say that's what it's like to do meth.
Huh.
They say like the first time is so good, that's kind of what you're chasing every other time.
Yeah. Well,
which would make sense. I've never done meth. I had a dream I did meth.
Really?
And I don't know what meth like would make your mouth taste like or feel like, but like I even kind of woke up feel like it took me a solid 20 minutes laying in bed convincing myself that I didn't do meth. And I'm fairly certain I didn't.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't have any cravings to do more, do you?
No, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know I didn't because I was home and then I was asleep. I just have this fear of like sleepwalking and doing something. But I still don't think I would have sleptwalked straight to do meth. Like
that would be really impressive if you fucking woke up in your sleep, went and got some meth, and fucking went to town.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't think it will. That's what scares me about living where I live now. Like, used to where I lived, I would have woke up before I got myself in trouble. Here, I don't know that I have enough time because I've already like walked out of the house in my underwear once, taking my dog out. He woke me up at like 5 a.m, and I was like, "All right, whatever." And I walked outside, and I was standing out in my front yard in my underwear.
Wow, I mean, at least you had the underwear, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, I guess. But anyway. Darlington, I didn't enjoy it. I was gonna try to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Darlington's one of the more overrated tracks on the schedule, even without a shitty package. And then you just give this shitty package, and it compounds that issue. Like, it's just not that good. Xfinity's always good there, but Darlington Cup, I never really look forward to it. Sunday was one of the worst. It wasn't as bad as last year. But still, Darlington's not really my favorite track. The May race was actually pretty good, so I had a little bit of hope, but I think that was just because the jitters of coming back after a big break.
Actually, I watched the whole thing. We were debating going to Kokomo or not, and we just kind of stayed home and then watched the race. I tried a couple of things. I tried 2 new things that day. We went to Culver's for the first time, or I did. I got a fucking burger and probably the best chocolate shake I've ever had. And then we went to Panda Express. I never had that before. And I got some fucking chicken and noodles and shit and ate that during the 500. That race fucking drags, doesn't it? Especially with the package, I guess. They're just because it's a 500-mile race. It's gonna drag on at some point. At some point, most 500-mile races do. That's just fucking how it is. The race is long. With that being said, though, Darlington ain't what it used to be. I remember I have fond memories of Darlington. The year they went to Darlington without a Darlington stripe counter graphic, that's when they lost me, I think. Mm-hmm. Those are when the fun days were over, I think. I don't know. I always just enjoyed sitting there watching the 500. They were always just battling the wall the entire race. I mean, they still do, but it's not like, that was where the speed was at. They just pack it against the wall. And then there'd be like, if nothing was going on, then they'd be showing a replay of somebody smoking the wall or getting close to it or scraping it, something like. There was always something, kind of going on. It was more of a race with the track, but I feel like that race of the racing the track aspect has kind of gone down significantly. I was watching, DeBenedetto was racing the fucking track, and you can still do it with this package, don't get me wrong, but it's still not quite what it used to be. But all in all, I guess it could have been worse. It would have been way worse if it, in the opinions of most people, if it wasn't for that Truex Chase Elliott, because I think that one woke everything up. It woke everybody up, and it was like, something happened. Oh, yeah. So
that's 72% or whatever. On
yeah,
Jeff
I saw
poll.
that.
That was a fucking crime, even if it was the second lowest Darlington race ever. I first of all, I want to know what the lowest was, because it was wildly inflated too. But I was expecting 50-60. You know what I mean? 50-60 in the positive. So I don't know. That I'm with you. I think the Chase and Truex thing woke everybody up. Because, that was cool. The last few laps were cool. I thought Austin Dillon was going to run him down.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Austin Dillon. Props to him, man, for pulling one out of his ass. That tire strategy kind of worked out for him. But
I've been trying DraftKings every once in a while. And I swapped Keselowski for Blaney and Reddick for Austin Dillon right before the race. And boy, did that fuck me in the ass. I suck at DraftKings, man. But anyway.
I don't...
I'm not even going to get into that. It just makes me upset. Because I'm not throwing away big money or anything, but it's just $4 here or there. And it's you see these people winning $10,000 fucking dollars, and you're like, I could do that if I just wasn't a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I've never done NASCAR fantasy, which is I'm just gonna try to stay away from that because I know it better than probably anything else I try to do. I only do fantasy football. I do FanDuel every year, and I usually throw in $10 a week or whatever, and I always piss it away, and it kind of pisses me off because I was close to hitting that big money, but just not the most I have ever won. It was when Calvin Johnson was still playing. Anybody remember this Thanksgiving game where he went off with Matt Stafford? I had him, Calvin Johnson. I think it was Jesus Christ! It was that I won. I think $75 that Thanksgiving, and I was those are a little easier because it's only 3 games, and other than that, I've had pretty shit luck, man. It's gonna be even
I won
harder this year.
$23. I didn't start doing it till this season. I don't even do it every week, but one week, I forget what it was. It was back, I think, when they were doing the iRacing shit. I won $23 or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
I should have just quit there. But I didn't even know how the points or anything worked back then. I just picked people. I was like, oh, okay, this guy will do all right. You know what I mean? And now I understand, you want to pick people that not less people have and stuff. Because I've sat down with a few people and they've explained how it works. But it really comes down to luck. You know Lee. He last year or 2 years ago at Watkins Glen won thousands of dollars.
Ooh.
Because he had whoever won. I think Kyle Busch won or something, and somehow, some way, not a lot of people had him, or maybe Kyle Busch didn't win. Whoever won, he had him, and not a lot of people had him, and he won thousands of dollars. So it was a big deal.
that's how you win that big money, man. You got to get that sleeper, and you got to get that sleeper to go off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what always gets me, because I'm usually pretty good. Like I'm pretty good with the sleepers, but everyone then it's one of my top guys who fucks it all up, you know. And it's like it just pulls me back in every fucking week if I just get the right running back or if I just get the right wide receiver. Like, this is it. I'm gonna win some money, but I can't ever do it. I'm excited though. That just brings me joy. Pissing away my money playing FanDuel every week, but sitting there watching football, it's always a good time. What the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about Darlington. You know what was a great 500-mile race this weekend? It wasn't a 500-mile race, but it was a great 500 this weekend. The little 500, one of the best races. I just think that's totally out there. For those of you who don't know what it is or what it's about, it's this what it usually is. It's the race before the Indy 500. It's the night before, the Saturday night. It's in Anderson, Indiana, which is an absolute shithole of a town, but it's part of the charm. They've got this quarter mile high banked oval. It's basically a figure eight track. I really want to go to some figure eight stuff one of these days there, but yeah, what it is just 33 the fastest pavement sprint cars. I think 50 some or whatever showed up, and they narrow it down to the top 33. It's basically like the Indy 500, but it's a little 500. They call it that for a reason. So they start them 3 wide on this little track, and it's just batshit crazy is all it is, and that's what makes it great. And then there's no bullshit. There's just it's just 500 laps. Just go out there. And the fun thing about it too is sprint cars aren't really known for refueling and taking tires, but they got to. It's a long race, so you're gonna see these crazy. What the hell? I really wish my phone wouldn't listen to me. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, they have to make pit stops. They have to pit under caution. Most of the time, you'll see some guys come in under green. Rarely. There's usually enough cautions that they just kind of they wait for one and then they'll make their pit stop. But yeah, and then they got to bring out the push trucks and everything, and they're all trying to do it in the infield of this figure eight track basically. And it's batshit crazy. This year, as compared to the last couple of years, wasn't as crazy. It was not very reckless. There was a couple of wrecks here and there early on, but this year mostly there was just a lot of mechanical failures. Dakota Armstrong was in the field, the former Xfinity Series driver. He dropped out pretty early. He had a problem. His brother, I want to say his brother, Caleb Armstrong. I would assume it's his brother. I didn't really look, but I didn't really know he existed. But I was like, hey, yeah, Caleb Armstrong. He was actually really fast. It probably could have won the race. And then he had a problem. I forget what it was. Somebody hit me up on Twitter and it was on their crew and was talking about it. But yeah, both had issues. There was a lot of guys who just dropped out of the race for one reason or the other. Ken Schrader, I think, made the entire race. I don't know where he finished, but I believe he made all 500 laps. He was a bunch of laps down, but that's just kind of part of it. I think there's only 2 cars in the lead lap. That's usually what it comes down to. And it's like when you're sitting there watching the race, it's like, man, you don't even notice. You're just sitting there watching the race, but it's basically just a game of laps, staying on the lead lap. And yeah, it's fucking wild. Bobby Santos won. Some of y'all probably hopefully recognize the name from NASCAR stuff and wheel and modified stuff. So it was his first little 500, so that was cool to see. Cody Swanson usually wins. He wasn't really that fast, and then he ended up dropping out of the race as well. There was just a lot of guys who dropped out of the race for one reason or the other. But all in all, dude, it was a badass race. I got all the GoPro footage. I think I'm gonna try once again this year to put a full POV race footage together. So if you guys are interested, you can go check that out. It's not up yet, but I'm probably gonna do that tonight and get that rendering and then get that up hopefully tomorrow. I know not a lot of people watch it, especially not a lot of people give a shit, but it's an important race to me, and I think it's a race people should know about. And I like to put it out there, and it's I don't know, it's just for some people don't have anything better to do, you can sit there and watch my POV the entire night. It's a good time. You can hear us cussing at people under caution. There was a push truck dumped somebody under caution right in front of us, which was fucking hilarious. And he was pissed too. He was beating the steering wheel and everything. There was another guy. He was coming into pit, and a push truck got in his way because it was in the middle of pit stops. So the leaders came in, and this guy decided to pit the second time by, and he came into the pits as a push truck was trying to come out, and he had to slow up and ended up stalling the car because you just had to slow up. And he was pissed. I thought he was gonna explode. He was punching everything, and he was just fucking pissed. He was having a good run too. But that's just kind of the fun part of the little 500 every year, man. It's always, you never know what you're gonna see. Somebody's right rear broke off at some point and smacked the turn 4 wall, and then the right rear came bouncing across the damn track. It always seems like something like that happens. It's a wild thing. So I'm gonna have that up hopefully soon. And just want to talk about the little 500 a little bit. Hopefully next year everything will be back to normal. It'll be back in May, but it was a little chilly this year, and it's not used to it in September. But it was a really good time. Beautiful night for it as well. So,
will you explain something to me?
Yeah.
How is it fair that they have to wait on those fucking trucks? Like, who decides who gets who?
It's basically whoever gets done first. It's kind of like a gentleman's agreement, but the push trucks are just kind of sitting there, and it's like whatever crew starts going crazy first, they go to, I guess. But it's like, they just kind of try to do their best, but it's so tight down there. They just, they collide almost every year, one way or another. Somebody gets pushed into somebody, or a truck wheel hops over another car or something. It's fucking, I don't know. It's just part of the charm of it. It's batshit fucking crazy is all it is, but. Oh man, you know what was batshit fucking crazy? This F1 race, and I know you didn't watch it, but man, I wish you would have.
Were there like 3 passes or something? Were they getting wild this week?
Man, this was the first time since the year 2013 that a team that won the race that wasn't Mercedes, Ferrari, or Red Bull.
Wait, are you kidding me? Only 3 teams have won since when? 2010?
2013. Kimi Räikkönen was the last one to win, I believe. I think I got that stat right.
Holy fuck.
I know.
Well, who the fuck is this guy? Where'd he come from?
Pierre Gasly, who got promoted to Red Bull, got demoted out of Red Bull, went back to Toro Rosso. Then
that lit a fire under his ass. Is what
he
did.
ended up getting a podium at Brazil, I think it was last year, and now he's been kind of leading the AlphaTauri group. Now, most people know him as Toro Rosso. They've been kind of they're basically the second F1 team to Red Bull. They're like their B team, I guess. They'd only had one career win, and that was in 2008. Sebastian Vettel won with them. And fast forward to 2020. It was at the same track, too, as Monza. So fast forward to 2020, Pierre Gasly. This was just a batshit fucking crazy race is all it was. What all started it was Kevin Magnussen, the fucking Haas car. He broke. But where he broke was right there around pit road. So a safety car came out, and they ended up just pushing him into pit road. But what was crazy about it is they closed pit road entrance. In F1, that's usually when you want to pit. When a virtual safety car comes out, you want to hit pit road because it saves you time. It's not like NASCAR where the caution comes out, and everything resets, and then everybody comes on a pit road. But it's like a time saver because that slows the pace down of everybody else. So, so basically, they had to close pit road, but 2 drivers didn't know it. And that was Giovinazzi and Lewis Hamilton. And it's like, that does not happen very often where Mercedes trips over their own dicks like that, especially Lewis Hamilton. What made it even better, though, was Bottas, when he started the race. Obviously, they start 1-2 every fucking week, just about. Bottas had an awful start. He went from 2nd to 6th, I think. And just the way the Mercedes cars were, they weren't very fast on a straight line, and they just didn't pass very well. And, it's F1. You can't fucking pass anyways. So he basically was 5th, 6th that entire time up until that point. So Bottas was pretty much out of the mix anyways. Lewis Hamilton was well on a win, but he pits when the caution lights or when the pit road is closed. So then everybody's just, it went on for a while. Like, what penalty is he going to get? What penalty is he going to get? They're under review, because it was bullshit that he got away with it. And they ended up penalizing both of them pretty good. It was a stop and go. It was what the fuck was it? They had to come in under green and stop for 10 seconds, I think. And then go back. And that is huge for an F1 like time penalty. But what was crazy after that, though, is that Charles Leclerc, that's what it was. So all that shit happened under caution with them coming onto pit road and everything. And then they restart the race, and they're talking about what penalty they're going to get. And then Charles Leclerc bins it in the last corner. He gets loose, just fucking eats shit, goes in the tires. Tire wall comes apart, and this is something I'd never seen before. They red flagged the race. And I was like, all right, well, this is weird. I've never seen this before. I've only been watching F1 for the last probably 2 years or so now, I guess. And I'd never seen a red flag. So I was like, all right, well, one thing that's horseshit with F1 is that they're allowed to work on the cars under red flag, which I really hope they go back and look at that rule, because that's fucking horseshit. I don't care what series you are, that's horseshit. They're allowed to they're allowed to change tires under the red flag, and they're allowed to work on their cars under the red flag. That's bullshit.
Fuck it, I like it.
Why?
I mean, I let people repair their shit. I don't know.
They shouldn't be able to take tires, though. That defeats the whole fucking purpose. That's fucking horseshit.
I mean, if everybody can do it.
Yeah, everybody can do it, but that's not the point. That defeats the purpose of the strategy at that point, because they red flagged the race. So nobody should be able to take tires. They should be just frozen where they're at, and then they continue the race after that. So if you can just stay out at that point and then catch a red flag, you could be fucking Williams at that point and just put tire. I mean, it would work. I mean, it's just bullshit. It's bullshit. That's what it is. You shouldn't be able to take tires on the red flag.
Strategy.
Yeah, the red flag throws it the fuck away. What the fuck's the point if you can just...
Strategy. I hate strategy racing.
Oh,
I really do.
Well, that's all you get in F1. That's the point.
Yeah, because it's fucking boring. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. But that's you want the strategy, yeah? Because that's the... All right. Let's get back to it. Anyways, that bullshit happened, and the coolest thing I didn't know about red flags is that they actually start the race again. Like, they line up and then from a standing start and go. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's cool as shit. It wasn't a crazy start, but I was like, I don't know. It's cool to me because I had no idea that was a thing. So they brought it back around. They line up in their little grids, and then they have a standing start again. And away they went. Kimi Räikkönen was up there, but he fell off. He just had a slower car. Anyways, it came down to fucking Pierre Gasly, who ended up in the lead up there. And the two McLaren cars, Sainz was going for the win, and then Norris was, I think, third. And I think that's how they finished. Sainz just couldn't get him there on the last lap. And that's what, dude, I tweeted at some point, like, this is incredible. This fucking lineup. It was like Bottas was like sixth, and everybody else was just fucking stupid. That was the dream F1 race, basically. F1 doesn't get stupid very often, but when it does, dude, it's fucking cool as shit. And it's like, when the fuck is Pierre Gasly ever going to win a Grand Prix again? I don't know. Maybe he gets a Mercedes ride and he just fucking hauls ass. I don't know. But the races like that, that's I don't know. It's just, once again, since 2013, a team hadn't won that wasn't Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull. That's fucking insane. It's awful, but it's like, you get one of those races, it's like, oh, fuck yeah, that was awesome, man. And the good thing about it, though, is I think it's finally starting to wake people up in F1 that they need gimmicks. So what they're looking to do is going back to their, I think I told you about this, they're looking to go back to adding heat races for qualifying instead. So they would be reverse heat races. So they'd start the slowest guys up front, from what I understand. I see. I'm new to Formula One, but this is what I understand. Is putting the slower guys up at the front, the fast guys at the back, have a heat race, and then they determine the qualifying. That's how they used to do it, again, from what I understand. But fuck yeah, I'll take all the gimmicks I can get with F1 just to get it going a little bit. I did read that old Toto Wolff there at Mercedes, I think they're wanting to protest it because they claim it's a gimmick, and obviously they want to keep it the way it is because they're Mercedes, and I don't blame them one bit, but fuck yeah, man. What a great F1 Grand Prix. I really enjoyed it, and I was, it was funny too because I was sitting there watching it on my phone, and I was nodding off. It was like 10, 15 laps in. I'm like, Bottas is off, but Lewis Hamilton, nobody's going to beat Lewis Hamilton. And I was so close to falling the fuck asleep, but I held in there. And that safety car came out, and I was like, okay, safety car. You never know. I was like, all right. And I watched a little bit further, and then Charles Leclerc ate shit, and it was like, red flag. I was like, oh shit. And that was, the Lewis Hamilton shit. I was like, holy fuck, I couldn't believe it. What a Grand Prix. I hope y'all watched it. If you didn't, that really fucking sucks. Because I'm always that fucking guy that sleeps through the good F1 races. A good F1 race happens, it rains or something, and I sleep through it. I finally caught one. I'm really happy. So that brings us to the Moonhead mailbag. Are you ready?
Whew, yeah. It's nodding off there.
Sorry, I know you're not getting a lot of time over there. There's a lot of stuff you don't care about.
Yeah. askmoonhead@gmail.com. Yeah, y'all know the drill. Jacob Davis gets the poll this week. Hey guys, what are your favorite Gatorade flavors? Mine is strawberry watermelon. Thank you both for the awesome content. I'm not a big Gatorade guy. I don't like Gatorade or Powerade. So honestly, if I do drink something like that, it's usually Powerade because that's just what my family buys, and I think it's grape that I usually go for. But at that point, I'd rather just have water.
Yeah, I don't have one. Gatorade for me, like some of it's all right, but some of those flavors I just feel like are a little bit too fruity, and they just don't like quench your thirst. You know what I mean? Nothing like a cold bottle of water does.
If I want to taste something, I'm gonna like. If I'm okay, I should say it like this. If I'm like thirsty and need fluids, I want water. If I want to taste something,
give me water.
I don't care about, being dehydrated or not. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be drinking like Coke or Sprite or something. But if I'm like trying to get fluids in me, I'm just going to drink water. I like water. I love water. I'm drinking water right now. I'm going to take a sip of it. All right. Fish Productions. I like that laugh. It was like a proud a baseball dad laugh right there. Yeah. Hello, Travis Cozy. Have you guys ever cut a hamburger in half and put the two pieces into hot dog buns? I was out of hamburger buns today and had to resort to that. Call me crazy, but I think it actually tasted pretty good. All right, Cozy, I'm retiring. I'm giving this guy my half of the podcast because he's a fucking genius. He'll take it places I could never take it. So Fish Productions, I want you to get in contact with my people, which is just me. I don't even have people. And we're going to give you half the podcast because that's probably the best idea I've ever heard. And I'm going to do that really soon. So thank you.
Well, look at this guy, man. He's
That's
working with what
awesome.
he's got.
That's what America's about. Here's the thing. This guy had a problem and he fucking fixed it. People nowadays, they're like questioning, what is America? There's a lot of, just upset people out here. This is fucking America right here, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, this man, I'm assuming you're a man. If not, I apologize. This guy right here had a fucking problem and he found a fucking solution and he created something great. He is one of my favorite people on earth right now.
Round of applause. Hell yeah. I couldn't say anything better. That's great.
Eli Pope writes, Dear Cozy and Travis, quick question for you. What is your least favorite type of NASCAR fan that you see at races or online? Parentheses.
Oh.
The drunk, the fake, just to name a few. Love the podcast, and best of luck to you too. Thanks, Eli.
This one's an easy one for me, so let me go. Right. I hate going to a NASCAR race, and I can't stand loud, obnoxious fan. I don't give a fuck if you're drunk or whatever. Have a hell of a time. Whatever. But I don't know. They're always like either Chase Elliott or Jimmy Johnson fans, where they get up and they start shouting and shit, and they're
flipping drivers who can't see them off.
they're making fucking hand movements that. I guess they think makes them go faster, but not really. I don't know. It's fucking annoying to watch. Sit the fuck down, watch the race. Everybody else behind you is trying to fucking watch it. Sit the fuck down and watch the damn race. All right, just fucking sit.
That's probably my least favorite. I should be allowed to punch you in the back of the head if you stand up for more than 6 laps. Yeah. I hate that. It's like I'll stand up for a restart. But sometimes by the time they're to turn 3, I'm ready to sit back down. You know what I mean?
There's unwritten rules for fans at any kind of racing event.
People. God, and it was happening at Bristol too.
Yeah.
With social distance, and there's still people standing the fuck like it's great. You can see everything sitting down. You don't even need to stand up on a restart. But it's like I get it. There's the excitement. But fucking 6, 10, 12 laps. Some of them for like 10 laps were standing up. I should be allowed to punch you in the back of the head at that point. So those are probably my least favorite. I spent probably an hour yesterday muting people on Twitter. I finally did it. So there's like a subgroup of people on Twitter I can't stand. But probably the prolonged standers at the races. Those people piss me off. Cameron Davis writes, whose gas hole is in the logo? Fire emoji, eyes emoji. I actually don't know if it's who's or who's been kicking my ass for years. Hate to see it. Well, that's the right one. You got it right. That's Michael Annette's gas hole. It was off some sheet metal I had, and I took the picture the night we came up with the name.
Yeah, we got. I'm surprised it took this long for somebody to ask what that was about or ask anything about it. We had talked about it for a while, and we sat down and we had the name. I don't know, how did we come up with the name? Do you remember? Because I don't.
We were talking about like the funny, like how every racing podcast is like a generic, like the fence post or whatever, and then we were like, well, let's do like a car part, and I think you said the tailpipe and I said the gas hole, or I said the tailpipe and you said the gas hole, but like something like that came up, I think. And
yeah, and then we were trying to figure out, we wanted to implement the gas hole in the logo, and then you just happened to have one, and I used that picture and photoshopped it around a little bit.
Believe it or not, I had a gas hole sitting around, and I just
bada bing, bada boom.
Took a picture of my gas hole, sent it to Cozy, and then we had a podcast. So. Connor writes, what is with NASCAR and then fucking up schedule or tracks like they saw the 2004? Let's tee this one up and try it again. Maybe I read it wrong. What is with NASCAR and then fucking up schedule or tracks like they saw the 2004? Rockingham race and said, yep, let's take that off the schedule and let's redo Texas. And now they're probably going to screw up California. Thoughts, base question mark, sent from my iPhone. We've already covered the California thing. Should we just give him a hell yeah, brother, for that other part and move on?
Yeah, that's probably the best interest for everybody there.
David Lazaro writes, what are some funny high school stories that you guys have? Oh, man, you put me on the spot. I'm trying to think. First one that comes to mind, senior year, I talked this kid into making a Play-Doh dick and sticking it to the dry erase board. And actually ran into this kid tonight. He was working at the local food line. And he made it, and he was sticking it to the whiteboard, and our teacher was like grading shit in the back. It was our English teacher. And she said his name was Trent. She goes, Trent. And she was looking down at the paper. She just had a question about something he'd put on there. And he slapped that dick off the board and went, nothing. That was his fucking response. And she said, what? Like, she had no fucking idea. That was one of the funniest things. I went to the College and Career Academy junior and senior year, and we went from 8 a.m. to 11:15. And at 11:15, we were able to go to our cars and leave to drive back to our high schools. And we didn't have to be back till 12:15. Well, they also ran buses for the kids who didn't have cars or didn't want to drive. So if you weren't one of the first cars to leave, you had to wait on all these buses to come out. And that took a lot of time out of your lunch between, getting from CCA to the high school. So people, as soon as that bell would ring, would run down the fucking hallways out. And then the parking lot I parked in, there's this hill down to the parking lot. And I'm not going to say the guy's name. His last name was Scoggins. And his... for a long time, it's not this anymore. For the long time, his social media handle was Scoggin Hates Jogging. And he was a big boy, but he was like big football boy, and he was real redneck. And he took off running, and he got to the top of that hill ready to run down, and I misplaced a foot or something, and he barrel rolled down that hill to the point his backpack flew off. I mean, he went end over end. Man. All the way down there, and he grabbed his backpack, threw it like a grenade into the bed of his truck, got up, kept on trucking, got in and drove out, and was still the first motherfucker out of that parking lot. But he went end over end. That was really funny to see. Man, other than that, I'm trying to think. I had a lot of good ones, and I can't really think of it. I might have to think. Maybe next week I'll come back and tell some more stories. Because I know there are some, because we got into a lot of shit in high school, but I can't really think of one right off the top of my head.
I was trying to think. You know, it was funny because I went to Catholic school, so there wasn't a lot of altercations. But the first thing that popped into my mind was watching this kid get his ass beat, because it was funny because I'd never really seen a fight before, and it was algebra class, and it was this fucking kid that nobody really liked. Every school, every class got that one fucking kid that's just really annoying, and he's kind of a little overweight, and he's just, I don't know, he's not a bad kid, but he's just fucking annoying, and the way he talks, and he's just annoying to people. So everybody kind of like wanted to beat his ass, but you know, at the end of the day, he's a good kid. Nobody wanted to do it. Anyways, there was this other kid. He was a little, he had a little temper on him. I don't even know what happened. I was just sitting there at my desk. I was probably half asleep anyways. I don't know what the fuck happened. But it's just everybody was just fine. I was like one of the first people in there, and something happened. They just got up, and then this dude got to wailing on him. It was like everybody was just like happy, I guess. I don't know. Everybody just kind of wanted to see it, and he just he got to wailing, and there was smacking, and there was oh dude, it was pretty good. It was a lot funnier. It was one of those you had to be there to see it all go down. But it was just like desks getting pushed around and everything, and somebody eventually came in and broke it up. But it went on for a little while, and it was good to watch. I think everybody enjoyed it.
See, that reminds me. I was coming back from that college and career academy at one point, and I was pulling into the school, and I see these two kids, and they were kind of having a standoff out there in the parking lot. And I could tell they were looking to settle their differences. And about the time I pulled in, one of them took a swing. And at first, it looked like they knew what they were doing. And it slowly got to where they didn't, because they both fell. And then one of them got on top of the other. And, I mean, he was trying to ground and pound, but every time he'd swing, the guy would move his head. So he was just punching the pavement.
Oh.
Well, guy on the bottom spun around and picked him up like he was on a piggyback ride. Well, about the time he had him in a piggyback ride, kid put him in a sleeper, and he ran backwards, and they ran into the corner of a Jeep, and then they rolled around for a minute, like he was kind of like you'd ride a horse, kind of. He was like riding him, but trying to punch him too as the kid was crawling around. And about that time, some teachers came running out, and one of them got up. He had bloody knees, and he was limping. And I got a video of it on my Google Drive somewhere, because I remember people were threatening to tell on me for videoing it.
World Star.
Apparently so I deleted it, so I put it on my drive, so if they asked me anything about it, I'd just hand them my phone and be like, look through my pictures. I don't have a video of it, but I still had the video on my drive. I didn't post it anywhere or anything, but yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a pretty bad fight. I definitely wasn't scared. Like, I was not scared of those two. Let's put it like that. Like, you know, like you see some people and you're like, which I probably wouldn't have been scared of them to begin with, but like sometimes you have to worry about people you're not scared of. They're the ones who you think might kick your ass.
Yeah.
Those guys weren't kicking anybody's ass. They did more damage to themselves in the fight than each other. It was one of those deals. Like, well, one boy was fucking punching the pavement, the other one was running head on into a Jeep. So it was just like, I don't know. It was beats all I ever saw. Brian Graham writes, have you guys watched Lost Speedway yet? If so, thoughts? Also, are you guys doing the podcast in person at Bristol? Podcast at Bristol, probably. Didn't we say we'd probably do something?
Yeah, there? TBD. We'll work on it. We got time.
Yeah. No, I have not watched Lost Speedway.
Yeah, I haven't either. Yeah, I need to get around. Dude, that's the thing. Like, I really want to watch it, but man, I have so much fucking shit I want to watch. There's just, I don't know. I'm a big like movie, TV kind of, and I just like, I have to watch everything one at a time, and you know, it's on the list. I'll get to it eventually. It might be 2025 by the time I finally get to it, and there'll be another 25 tracks that are lost and gone by then. But I'll get to it eventually.
And then last question. D. Higginbotham, right? Hello, podcasters Michael and Travis.
Hello.
1. What is your guys' go-to food at the track? Martinsville, it's a hot dog. Bristol, it's nothing because they take 10 years to get it done.
That's true.
And don't say it on Twitter because some fucking kid who worked at an Arby's for 6 months will come after. Do you know how hard they work? It's like, go eat a fucking dick. Go eat a cold dick because that's what my food was by the time I got done waiting on it. And then at like Dixie and Rome Speedway, they've got these chicken tenders that they soak in like Frank's Red Hot or something. They're not really wings, but they're really good.
Oh man. Some kid who worked at Arby's for $6.
Really? That's how it always is.
Oh fuck! I'm crying a little bit. That was funny. Yeah, that's what was it? Go-to food at the track.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Every track. That's the fun thing about going to tracks you've never been to is that every track's got something different. You know what I mean? Every track's got their own specialty. Since they redid Richmond, the whole infield's different, and they got like some gourmet food down there in the fucking down there, and it's all fucking expensive as shit. I got this like Chaos Burger. It was like $10, and it was pretty good, but not worth $10. IMS is just well, they kind of changed the menu too. If you go to Indiana, if you go to any track in Indiana, you got to get a tenderloin because that's just Indiana tradition. But they also now have like this hot dog wrapped in pork belly, deep fried with macaroni and cheese on top. I had one of those after I ate a bacon donut, and I had a Mountain Dew on top of it. That was the highlight of my Brickyard that one year. Outside of that, though, that's really about that. Yeah, Martinsville hot dogs. You can't eat anything else at Martinsville. I mean, what the fuck else are you gonna eat? Eat a burger?
Second question was Auto Club Fontana, but we covered that. 3, finally, and most importantly, what are your thoughts on Roman? I think he isn't it ramen noodles?
It's not Roman noodles, I'll tell you that.
Well, Roman noodles. I'm not a big noodle guy. I know people in prison eat them.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like just straight noodles. Not a huge fan, but I've never really had. I don't think I ever really had ramen noodles, to be honest with
I've
you.
had them before. They're all right. Like you can get some spicy shit to put in them, but it's just I don't know. And then he said, "Thanks for letting me waste your guys' time. Love the potty." Yeah, please don't call it a potty. It's not that bad. All right, askmoonhead@gmail.com. Also, go subscribe to my new YouTube channel, folks. Chef Moonhead.
You have a new YouTube channel?
Yeah, Chef Moonhead.
Oh.
I heard about it. Remember, you're Winval Food Reviews. I'm Chef Moonhead. We're ditching this racing shit.
Oh, yeah.
Doing food YouTubing.
Oh, yeah.
That's dude, we need to make it a point now to every time we go to a race, try to find like a popular eatery around there and go to it and review it.
Oh, there you go. That's not a bad idea.
You know what I mean? And like even if we both did reviews on our channel or whatever, or like find two play that, however we did it, I think that'd be a good idea.
That would be a good idea. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah.
So people, send us in your Bristol, somewhere around Bristol.
We'll be there. We'll have plenty of time. We'll be there 2 days.
All right, that's my segment.
Yeah, that was
God, what a transition.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. I was gonna say something, then I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, that was a really good time. I always like the mailbag every week because it always puts a smile on my face. I always like read the questions because half of them are stupid and half of them are good, but they're all always a good time.
Too bad. Like besides Tor Connors, whatever he was trying to say, the rest of them were pretty good. I
guess.
Yeah. Oh, the next thing on the list, actually, the World of Outlaws. Did you watch that?
No, I really wanted to watch it. I heard a lot of shit went down, but I never saw it.
Tires every lap. It was unreal.
Yeah, I heard. What was there? I think I heard there was
crazy.
17 or something in the feature.
It was unreal, dude. It got to the point there at the end where every lap somebody was blowing a tire, and then Larson was trying to stay out, not pit or whatever, and he blew a tire out of the lead, and then went a lap down, and then I mean, it was terrible. It was absolutely. The guy who won had already blown a tire, I think, too. And like,
yeah,
I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, I heard about that. How in the fuck do you put out a dirt tire like that?
I don't think I think they were blaming the track more. I think the track was something because like they were all smoking their tires, so I don't think it was really the tires' fault. I think the track was like dry or something.
They just didn't prep the track, I guess, and it was. Just,
I reckon so.
It probably was like Eldora at the end of the Mud Summer Classic every year, where it's just like it's basically just another pavement race almost. It's so hard. It's so weird going to like a dirt race and then you go to the Mud Summer Classic, like the truck race there, the Eldora race, because it's like there's dirt there obviously when they first get going, but by the end of that race it's basically just another pavement race almost. Obviously they're sliding around and shit, but it's like the track gets real hard and it gets real slick and shit. But where were they racing? Do you know?
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said I don't think so. I don't know where.
All right.
Sorry, I was reading something else if you couldn't tell.
It happens to the best of us. Well, that stinks. Oh man.
Then ARCA was a clusterfuck. Haley Deegan led a good portion of it after wrecking 2 people, and then she lost the lead on a restart, and then Ty Gibbs dumped her shit there at the end. And our buddy Bryce from Mooncar Season 1 champion, Tits Season 1 champion, he tweeted a fake report. He does it from time to time. He did it after Darlington. He said that a fight broke out on pit road. Chase Elliott sucker punched Truex and knocked him out. And then a crew member shot Chase, and Chase in his last breath said, "I just want to thank my guys," or something. So obviously satire. Bryce tweeted, Ty Gibbs, quote, "If I was racing against a fellow male driver, I would have raced him a lot cleaner. But damn, dude, I just really hate women," end quote. Gibbs on Deegan incident. I have no words. Hashtag cancel Ty Gibbs. Well, Ty Gibbs has a bad habit of searching his own name on Twitter after every race to find these people, pretend to be a victim. So he says, "Never said this at all. Didn't even have one interview after the race. Funny how people like to make this stuff up. Hashtag fake news." And then Bryce replied, "Disgusting how NASCAR Twitter makes stuff up like this to get likes and retweets. Report him." So poor Ty. Ty, everybody hates Ty, I guess. But the ARCA race was weird. Like I said, Haley Deegan was running over everybody and their mama. Seems typical. I'm starting to wonder about her. I really am. It seems like, one, she sucked for most of the year. Let's just be honest. And 2, it seems like the only time she runs good is when she runs over people.
That's smart. What are they going to do? Punch her back? I guess they could always dump her back, true. But if you just clean everybody out, then it's like, there you go. No problem.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really watched her race a whole lot. I was going to say, poor Ty Gibbs. Stay off the fucking Twitter, dude. It's not worth it. He's just like everybody else. He starts giving the haters attention, and more people come at him. It's like it's not worth it, man. But
I've seen it. I don't know. If you're searching your name, you know what I mean, and just looking for it, that's pretty damn bad. Or these people who fucking, I don't know. That's just pretty fucking bad, in my opinion. I don't know. It'd be one thing if they were DMing you or adding you, but to search your fucking name, that's the first thing you do when you get on Twitter after a race, is search your name, see what everybody said about you.
Yeah, I guess. Fucking
unbelievable.
That brings us to Richmond then. Oh man, Richmond's this week, and I guess they're not having fans. I would have liked to have gone to Richmond. This is going to be the first year I haven't gone to anything at Richmond since oh man, it's been years. Richmond's been the first track that I really started going to, and that stinks, man. But that really, because that was one of the events. That was 2 events I wanted to go to this year. The Trucks Return. I wasn't really interested in Cup, but I really wanted to go down there for the Truck Night to see them run. And then IndyCar was supposed to have a Richmond date this year, and both got ruined with the Rona. But yeah, it stinks. It's still a good weekend though. Trucks are obviously still going to race at Richmond. It's an Xfinity doubleheader, which makes sense to me now. I was looking at something and it said that there was still was it the Xfinity series? I think one of them still had 3 races until the playoffs started, and I was like, what the fuck? One thing that chaps my ass.
What?
Is that all 3 of the series don't start the playoffs at the same time, and it fucking throws me for a brain twist every single fucking, because I never know if it's a playoff race or not. The one thing, the Cup Series now, that's another thing that chaps my ass. The shit that indicates who's a playoff driver or not, you can't fucking tell. Bring back the bright green or something. Silver spoiler, get the fuck out of here. You can't see that shit. You can't fucking tell. I don't like it. I really enjoyed the Monster Green, because you could fucking tell. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like something bright and crazy that makes you tell. Jeez, that is very bright and you can easily. Gee, you
want to tee this one up and try it again?
I'm trying to pedal out of it here. Hold on a second.
That bright green. That's
I'm grabbing a gear. Give me a second.
Very
damn it.
bright.
That's it's very easily seen and you can clearly identify who's in the playoffs. There we go. We got it back straight. All right.
Jesus.
But you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying. Could you tell that who was in the playoffs? And what do you mean you don't? You couldn't tell.
I might could piece it together.
All right.
Aren't the trucks racing Thursday? Is it the cutoff for them yet?
I don't know. So that's the thing. Who knows? Who the fuck knows?
What's it fucking matter? There's only like 3 competitive trucks anyway. It doesn't matter.
I guess, but it'd be like, I understand. Maybe it's probably, I mean, it is different, I guess, with the Rona and everything, but it's like, it's always like that every year. It's like I think like trucks and Xfinity, or Cup and Xfinity would start at the same time, and the trucks would go another week or two, and it's like, what the fuck are we watching here? Or the other way around or something like that. I don't know. What I was trying to say, though, it's like when you're watching I always liked the Monster because they had the bright green spoiler, they had the bright green splitter, and they had the green on the playoff banner, I think, on the windshield. Now it's like it's silver and it just blends in. You can't really tell. It's not a bright fucking color you can tell. I don't know. I like looking at the cars and seeing clearly who's in the playoffs and who's not. And then they started doing a little bar on the graphics on the leaderboard. I don't know. It didn't look that good either, I didn't think. But that's all I'm trying to say. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me?
No, we got there in the end, and I do agree with you.
Okay, I'm glad. I don't know. They should have left how about gold? I don't know. The silver is kind of their theme, though. It's like white and silver, like with the Cup Series logo. They should have done gold or something. I don't know. Bring something bright. I don't know. Anyways, Richmond.
Who's your pick to win, damn it? We need to get you fucking off the mic ASAP.
Yeah, I know. I'm sputtering, dude. I need another line. I'm going flat here. I haven't had a single damn thing to eat today. Let's wrap this motherfucker up so I can have a plate of food or something. Jesus Christ. Richmond pick.
Me air.
I'm taking Martin Truex Jr. because who the fuck else is going to win?
I am going to pick... Oh, fuck. Shit. I'm going to pick...
There's only like 3 competitive guys there every single time they go. It's
yeah,
Kyle Busch,
I know,
Hamlin,
but I'm trying to think outside the box, damn it. Chase Elliott. That was a really bad pick.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. You want to try again, or you want to stick with it?
No, I'm going to stick with it.
All right, I respect it. Last thing we could do, though, is talk about our playoff grids. I kind of forgot about that. Austin Dillon was a good pick to sneak into the next round. Say what you will about Austin Dillon, but I know he kind of pulled one out of his ass at Darlington. He didn't really have a whole lot. He was still running pretty good, though, before that, the tire strategy fell his way. I had him out in the first round as well as Custer Almirola. I don't know how the rest of these guys did. I had Kurt Busch out of the first round, too, but I just want to touch on that. Did you pay attention to how your playoff grid did this race?
Blaney not only fucked me on DraftKings, he fucked me in that regard too.
Yeah, fucking Blaney, man, and he sucks at Richmond, and then it's gonna be all up to Bristol. He'll be
he runs good at Bristol, but he always gets fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is not looking good for Blaney at all.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be a first round exit. I don't see him pulling it together at Richmond.
I love the playoff point stuff and not like completely resetting for the chase and all that, but like the first round's almost pointless because, like, you know what I mean? Like some of the poor DiBenedetto, you know what I mean? Like he's practically either got to have all these guys have a ton of problems or win a fucking race to even transfer. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
he's just out of it automatically. Which I mean, I guess it's their own doing. I mean, I get it, but it's
that's why, dude. That's what pisses me off even more. Is like they need a fucking hour of like 30 minutes to an hour of practice every fucking week. It's horseshit that they don't fucking do it. Because if you're in a situation like Matt DiBenedetto, where it's like they're just kind of like they probably wing it more than any other playoff team, I would imagine. I mean, they probably go off some Penske stuff or whatever the fucking ever. But you know what I mean? Like if you fucking like, there's no practice, so they just throw them out there, and it's like, well, they fucked it a little bit. They're fucked, you know what I mean? And that's your whole race. You're trying to just pick up the pieces the entire rest of the way.
Penske car. I mean, it's a Penske car. So I mean, but I agree 100% because look at like Martinsville when fucking Hamlin, who's one of the best there, just missed it, and then Blaney even went a lap down or whatever, and then came back later.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, I agree with you. 30-minute practice. Like, I think that'd be perfect in the future, even under regular circumstances. Like, not much practice, but just a little. Let them fine tune some shit. Let them pick. Do we want to do qualifying or do we want to do race practice? Because you're only going to get one chance at it.
Yeah.
But give them that opportunity to make sure, because it'd really help teams like Starcom and shit. Where they, having stuff fall apart, roll into the grid.
Anything they can just to get the fucking ride heights down would be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, it's such fucking we've been preaching this for a while now on the podcast. But here's what needs to happen: just it needs to be like USAC, man. You show up, you sit down to watch a race, you watch them practice for like 30 minutes, you watch them qualify, you watch them race, and then you go home. I think that's like moving forward. That's the modern day.
The tracks will never let it happen, though.
You don't think?
No, because the tracks already don't like that. Everything's going to be going like 2-day weekends.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, there's less tickets to sell and less fucking merchandise and
and I can see it for like trucks and Xfinity. I'm all for that, but like Cup, I do like maybe after Xfinity for the day they have a Cup practice and then qualify the morning of Cup or something. Yeah. That's cool, but like I do like Cup kind of being spread out all through the weekend.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I was going to say, it's always fun going to Martinsville, watching a truck race, and then watching the Cup cars qualify after. I kind of like that. But, it's hard to put it together. Nobody's always got it totally right. But, yeah, for sure, man. I still can't believe they didn't. They decided just to fuck practice and qualifying for the entire NASCAR playoffs this year. But, whatever, am I right? That's about going to do us for the Gas Holes podcast this week. You got anything else you want to say?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. I had a good time. Hopefully y'all did too. Whether you listen on YouTube or Spotify or wherever the hell else you listen, we appreciate you. Once again, askmoonhead@gmail.com for the week's mailbag. And we'll see you next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Richmond this week. I don't know. I don't think there's formulas. There's probably not. Other than IndyCar's in Mid-Ohio, I think, this weekend. Whoop-de-fucking-do. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll catch y'all next week.